Mr. Cassius Stewart, and I want to stay on this thing that we were talking about before the break. Recently, well, in January 1st of this year, the stamp tax exemption on first-time home buyers under $250,000 lapsed. It was something put in place by the Christie administration, and now it's lapsed, which means that the average Bahamian who wants to buy a home will now have to come up with all this, extra money. And I don't want to make this a political thing. I want to make it more about, who's looking out for us? Who's looking out for me? Because I don't own a home, but I had plans, and so now I'm just wondering what's going on.
When you look at our society, Vaughn, you look at a project like Begin, you look at a project like the I Group in Meguana, and all these multi-billion-dollar projects, essentially what we're doing is we're giving up our birthright. Because these same people are taking our land, right? 100 by 100, valued at $40,000 in West End, now at $2 million because the game got it. You understand? Mm-hmm. So all of the adjacent properties around that area goes up because of something called externalities. And externality is a side effect of an action that influences non-consenting parties. So even though you're not consenting, you're affected.
Right.
So the property rises, and so the average Bahamian now priced out of the market.
We have priced ourselves out of the market to buy a home.
And real estate companies are now placing these same plots on the international market. And so instead of what they can get $80,000 here, they can get $200,000 in the United States, selling Bahamian land. We have to reach to the point where we take our land policies and change it. We have to now reach to the point where we now lease land. Land will not grow. I'm sad to say, land does not grow, as last I know. I mean, I know they've done some growth in Japan.
They're not making any more new land,
but
really.
land doesn't grow.
Right.
And so what we have in New Providence is that the two ends of the western and the eastern end of New Providence are now taken away by the aristocracy, whilst everybody jam up in the middle, right? And everybody frustrated. When I went to Berry Islands and I went to some of the islands, all of the best land are owned by the rich, and they got all of the Bahamians on the dock where the hard rock is, where you can't even grow peas. That's where they got them. So we got to reach to the point where we look after ourselves. You see, a government's main objective should be to add value to the lives of the Bahamian. Now, I have a passport, and in that passport it says I'm a Bahamian. But does that really make me Bahamian? I should feel more value to this country just because I have a passport. Do I have land?
No.
You understand? Do we make land available for our Bahamian people? The average Bahamian coming out of school, we have to work so hard just to make ends meet. Some people can't even pay their apartment fees. Imagine getting a mortgage, and then God help now with the bank fees killing you.
Yeah.
So, a government should be a caring government. In other words, that these are your children because government basically take on the parental role. You don't treat your children badly like how our government's been treating us. I mean, we got to beg them for anything.